Good evening, everyone. I think so. I'm live now. Can you quickly confirm if I'm audible and my screen is clearly visible to you or not? Okay. According to me, I think so. I have got live. Guys, are you able to listen to me? Is my audio clear? Can you just confirm if my audio is clear? Everything looks good or not? Yeah, guys. Clear? Great, great. I see we have very less student right now. Hello, Swami. Hello, Devendra. Denver. Hello, Anuradha. Hello, everyone. Hi, Shubham. Hi. Welcome back to the third, not the third, but actually the fourth day of our boot camp. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mangli. Hi. Hello, Gauri. Hi, Rafiq. Hello, Jyoti. Guys, we are on fourth day of our boot camp. And see, we were working on portfolio, just a single page, not a very great page that we were working on. And we did not had a very big task to complete. So hopefully the thing is we would be able to complete this boot camp today itself. Okay. Yeah, hello, John, everyone, hello. So hopefully we'll be able to complete this boot camp today itself because we have only two small sections remaining that we would be able to complete in 1 hour most probably. And then we'll see a small part of deployment, okay, how we can deploy our site from Code Sandbox using GitHub and as well as Version. Yeah, so that will be the flow today, right now. And meanwhile, if you get any doubts, if you face any problems, you can inform me in between. Yeah, guys. Once again, hello everyone. I cannot personally take today is still 8:30. No, Rafiq, most probably we will be done by 8:10 or 8:15. It will depend upon how much time we take. So I was unable to put attendance tomorrow. Will I be eligible for certificate? Jyotsika, how many days of attendance have you marked? That will depend, okay? Along with the number of days of attendance that you have marked, you also have to submit one assignment, and that assignment will be the site itself that we are building right now. That will be in the form of assignment. So if we are done with this boot camp today, we will not have the fifth day of class, and then you will get around 2 days to complete the site completely according to your choices. Yeah, and you can submit that. Timing is not fixed today. Most probably will end at 8 to 8:15 between that part. Yeah, and yeah, guys, I'm repeating it again. The attendance will be given at the last when I will think that it's right time. So you should not spam today also. Okay, I do not want anyone to spam in the chat writing attendance. Or even though if you spam, if you write whatever you want, I'm not going to send attendance before time. Okay. Okay. So guys, should we begin now? And what we will do is we have one section that will be project section that will be starting today, and this will also be a object kind of section. Okay, and we will create an object and we will fetch that object. So let me create the file project.js. Yeah. So now this will contain all the project that we have done. So I will be taking a dummy data or else a dummy object. Okay. What's our assignment and project? I will explain you about the assignment and project. Or just have patience. You will get to know everything. Okay. More about the assignment and projects, whatever we could be doing. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me create my file and we will just begin in a moment. So we will be doing this project part, and along with the project part, we will also be doing one more part that will be contact part. Okay. Yeah, guys. Wait, I will tell you what assignment will be. Yeah. Okay. My order is clear, right? My order is clear. The screen is visible, right? Will give me a moment. I don't know. There is some problem with the code sandbox. Let me reload it up. Yesterday also I was having some issue with this. Sometimes code sandbox behaves very strangely. So yeah, let me create my section again, new file. project.js. Okay. Yeah. So file is created. Now we will begin the part. So we'll write export for function and a project. Okay. And then we'll return the UI part and we'll create the outer div. So again, this will be mostly the UI part. So I will be going somewhat fast. Yeah. So please try to be cooperative with me. Over the yes, sir. Audible. Okay, great. Krish, as well. Yeah, Krish, if we will be able to complete this part, this two sections, then we will surely end the bootcamp today itself, and we will not extend it out because this was a very simple bootcamp. We did not have many things to cover, so that's why we would be before time in this. Yeah, so we are importing React, and we would also need one icon, and that icon will be external link icon. Okay, so I will be using Lucid React for that. Okay, I'm importing externally from Lucid React. Okay, yeah. So now we will be exporting our object. So I have already created an object. I have it in my notepad. So I will not get into that, but I will directly copy paste it up. And if you can follow the same structure to make your own object. Okay. So what I will do is I will copy it up here. Yeah. So this will be the object that we have. Okay. How many assignments and project will you give topics in? There will not be number of assignments, but actually this site itself, okay, the site that we are building right now, that will be the only assignment that you have to do. Okay, yeah, so I will switch on the preview in some time when we write the UI part. So this is the object that we have created, and in this object we have five fields. First ID, and then the title of the project that we did. Small description as per your choice. See, guys, I'm repeating it again. This is a dummy object that I have created. Okay, it does not has any correlation with any of you. So you can change it up as your need. Okay, as the number of projects that you have built, you can change it up according to yourself. Okay. So we have taken four datas and now we will be using map to show this data on our UI part. Okay. Yeah. So let's begin in the return statement and we'll start the UI part now. Okay. Same thing again and again is going to repeat. First div will be used for giving the screen height and other things. Okay. So in this, I will give a class name. So in this class name, what all things we will have? We will have minimum height of the screen, okay, minimum height of screen, and we'll also give a width of full and background gradient. That's the constant thing that we have been doing, okay. Background gradient and two. Now in this case, the background gradient will be from top to bottom, and we'll take it as from white, okay. Yeah, so from white to grade 50. Sir, have you provided the codes? In yesterday's class, I added the code link in the chat box. So you can refer that. And today also, before closing the session, I will share it with you. Okay? Do not worry about this or what. And I also informed my team about registered students, those students who have registered in the bootcamp. So I told them that you are not receiving the materials. So most probably they will resolve that issue. Okay, then comes our inner diff, and this will control our padding and other parts. Yeah. Good evening, Jayant. Yeah. So we'll give a maximum width of 7 XL in this. Okay, maximum width of 7 XL. Margin, we want it as an auto. Again, see guys, I have been doing this part since first class. Okay. For the outer diff, we control the background part and height and width part. For the one inner diff, we control the margin part and padding part. Yeah, so now we will be giving for the medium size screen, which will be 6, and for the large size screen, we will give it as a right? Yeah, we go footer form component slash footer. Okay, so we'll add the footer too for us. Yeah, so now we will open. Guys, is there any problem with the audio? Hello. Yeah, guys, is there any issue with my audio? Okay, last 2 minutes there was no audio. Okay, so what I was trying to do, I was just trying to add the UI part in my app.js. Okay, and we will now open the preview and we'll see that up. So yeah, so that was just an app.js, and now we will get in this part. So all sections are done. Now this is the project part that we'll be completing now. Okay, let's get into this part. So first part that we will be having is, yeah, Rafiq, if I do more zoom, then it would be quite difficult to show both parts. Okay, that's why I am giving it as medium zoom. I can go one more. Yeah, that's the max I can go. No, it will not be that better. Okay, yeah. So now we will be giving header as well as a paragraph tag. Okay, so let's define one more div, and this will have header and b tag. So class name, we are going to give it as a center, and along with the class name, we will be giving a margin bottom, and then we'll start with the h2 tag. Yeah, so h2 tag will contain around my projects. Okay, h2 tag will contain my projects and will give a styling to this part too. And it will have text of 4XL, around 4XL of text we will be giving. And then we'll have a font of bold. Okay, font of bold, background gradient to R. We are going to give some of same kind of header that we have been giving for other parts. Okay. Yeah, so so we'll be starting from around Indigo 600. Adjust your window or face part to show the code written. I think so. I have kept my face on the left side of the screen. Wait a minute. I will do it on the right side. Okay. I hope so. It will be much finer. Yeah. So Indigo 600. I am giving it as Indigo 600 and via. So same case. We did this part in yesterday's class also. Okay. Via 600 and to T 600. Okay, this will be the gradient that we are giving. And again, we will what we'll do background clip text and text transparent. That is what we did in yesterday's class. Clip text and we'll add it up text transparent. Okay, what we did wrong here? Transparent spelling. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, so this was the desired output that we needed. Okay, so H1, H2 is done. Now we will start with the P time. So we'll just add a small description, so some random description. Okay, nothing much. So I can write a showcase of all projects that I have made. Okay, so this will be the small text, and let's give it a styling to class name styling. Good evening, Srishti. I think so you are somewhat late today. Margin top, I will give it a 4. I want gap between heading and the para. Okay. And text Excel, and I want my text to be at the center. Okay. So text center, I will be giving it as text center and text gray of 600. Let's give it a text gray of 600. The text can be kept as semi-bold. So I will keep the font as not timeout, but actually semi-bold. Okay. Yeah. So this will be our text. Now we are done with the heading part. Now we will be doing our card part. Okay. We will be defining the card. So let's quickly get in that. And for this, I will create a div and I will give it a grid because we are going to work with card. So I will define a grid and inside grid now based upon different screen size, I also have to give it number of columns that we need in it. Okay. So and for normal size screen, we are taking one. So guys, We already have worked with card in previous pages, and we are just repeating this part. Okay. So in medium size screen, we'll have it as two. Okay, grid column of two. And for the large screen, as we did in yesterday's class, we'll also have two itself. Large grid columns. We can add three. Okay, and the gap that we would need is 10. So gap of 10 on all sides. If it does not looks good, then we will be changing it up. Now let's define the map. So our object name is projects dot map. Okay, and in this we'll write it as project comma index. Yeah, so index will be the primary key kind of thing that we have defined and created. And if and if okay, so this will be the map in which we will be showing up the output. So let me go down and let me see. Okay, yeah. Can anyone show the starting code of making the dictionary? We are not making a dictionary here. Okay, now let's get into this. So we'll be defining the outer div and it will be the card part. First of all, I will give it a key. Okay, so key will be project.id right now. Okay, we have project.id. So it will be key for us. And now class name will contain border and other properties. Rounded will add it to Excel. Okay, yeah, so rounded is added to Excel and margin bottom no need. We have already added a gap in this part. Shadow will take it a large and hover will keep it a shadow of extra large. Okay, that will be the hover effect. And we have defined a hover. So in that case, we also would like to define a border hover. Okay, so whenever we hover on the screen, we need a border of two and hover border indigo around 500. Okay. Okay, so we are adding a border of indigo 500 to all cards and we'll add a transition to all and duration of transition will be close to 200 milliseconds. Okay. Hello Tushar, you are too early to say hello right now. Okay, yeah, so it's done. Now what we will do, we need a heading. So heading, we will take this up heading, we'll copy this heading and we'll be using it up. We'll change some of the part in this, what we'll primarily use. And what are changes we'll be doing? We will not have the background gradient in this. Okay, background gradient will be removed and this all part will be removed. Font will be kept as semi-bold type and text for Excel, not for Excel, but actually 3 Excel, or else we can also keep the text as much more smaller. 2 Excel would be much more better. Okay. Now text color, I want to give a text color and we'll give a text color of gray 400. Let's give it 400. And margin bottom, we'll give it a 5. Does 400 looks good? No, 400 does not looks good. What we'll do is we will give it a 800. Okay. Yeah, guys. So this is the heading part. And one more thing, we have defined our card, but we haven't given it a padding. So we need to give it a padding. And I will give it padding on all side of 10 pixel kind of thing. Yeah, great. Now it looks fine. 10 is more. We'll add a 5. 5 is fine. Okay. So we have added a padding of 5. So now the heading is done. Now we will be adding next part, that is the description. So description will take the p tag itself and after p tag. Yeah. So in heading, what we need is we will be defining project dot. So project dot title will be in this part, and then project dot description will be in this one. Let's see the output. If output does not look good, we'll change it up. Yeah, we need to change somewhat. We'll remove the semi-bold option. Text gray looks great. No problem with that. The text Excel, we might need it somewhat smaller. We'll remove a text Excel. And also the margin top, we'll remove this up. Okay, great. Now it looks fine, much better. Text center is given. We can remove the text center part. Okay, it looks much better now. Good. So now the P tag is also done. Now one more thing, we now need to give it a technology. Okay, so we have multiple technologies. So we are going to define one more map inside a map function. Okay, now this will be one more map inside a map function. So let's quickly work with that part. So this is nested map kind of thing. Okay, one map inside another map. So this will give the output for all technologies that we have. One minute. Uh, Flex, we are going to use Flex. You can also use Grid. It will give you kind of same output, but for easiness, we are going to use Flex. Okay, Flex, grab, gap of 4 and margin bottom. We can give it a margin bottom of 2. Okay, it will be better. And now we are going to map this up. So let's write the map code. So we are going to select project, and in project we are going to select technologies dot map, and inside this we'll write tech comma index. Okay, this will be the second map that we are defining in. Okay, fine guys. So let's quickly complete this part too. 1 minute. Hello, Anish. Is there any doubt from your side? Okay, guys. Yeah. So the map is defined and we will quickly complete this map. So we will be using span or we can also use the divs. Need to worry about that. Yeah. So the key should be given as index. We have already defined a key and we'll give a class name to it and then we'll map it up. So in mapping it up, we will show the tech. Okay, so tech part will be shown. And let me give it a class name for the starting part. Padding X of 3, padding Y of 2. That's what we are adding. Background we will be adding as Indigo and Indigo 400. That would be much better. Indigo 400 looks good, but I think so we can go with less background. Okay, that was too much. And text, we'll give it as Indigo of 800, not 700, but actually 800, and rounded will be given as full. Okay, so this is the text tag that we wanted to give, and text size will give it as a font, and font will be given it as medium. Okay, fine, guys. This is all text tag that we needed to add up in our project section. Okay. Yeah, so now we have done this and one thing more remaining, that is adding link. So we need to add a link over here. So you should come out of this flex and go after that we will be adding this link thing, and for that we are going to use anchor tag. Okay, so anchor tag, and we will be defining as with projects link or as with project link. And href, what will be the href for us in this part? So href will be project dot link. Okay, project dot link will be the href part for us in this case. Yeah, so this is defined and will also give it one thing. Target is equals to underscore blank. Why we are giving it a blank? Because when we click on this button, it should open a new page. Okay, separate new page for us, not that normal page. So that's why we are adding it as target underscore blank. And let's quickly give it a class name, and class name will be given as inline block. Okay, inline block has been given, and next, we'll give it as a center. I want it to be at the center of the screen. Okay, we can do one thing. We can get same thing, but we can define a flex. And in that case, we would not need to define text center. But in that case, we will work with item center. Okay. Yeah. So instead of text center, we can also use this part, indigo of 600. This will be given. And along with that, we will give it a hover effect. Okay. So right now, the normal text is indigo 600. So we can give indigo text indigo 800. Yeah, that will be much better. And font will go to semi-bold and transition will add transition all and duration, same way duration of 200 milliseconds. Okay, fine guys, looks good till this point. And we also added one icon of external link. So we'll use that up. Yeah. So external link is added and let's give it a class name. And we will be giving width and height and margin as well as because right now it does not looks good. Width of 4, height of 4 and margin left of 2. Yeah. So this is the whole of project section that we have. Okay. This is whole of project section that we have. Okay. Yeah. Lyrics there. Yesterday you were celebrating Happy New Year and today you are celebrating my birthday. Yeah, okay. So this will be the project section, and with this we are done. We can see there is no gap between these two parts, so we will add a margin bottom. We can add a margin bottom of 5 in this case, and now this looks better. Okay, if we expand, and this will be the output that we are seeing. Okay, guys. So this will be our project section that we wanted to create and large grid 3, grid 2. Okay, looks fine. Everything looks good. Yeah. So is there any doubts from your side, guys? Is there any doubt from your side? Everything looks great. Fine. So now what we will do is we are done with this UI part 2 and great. If you do not have any doubt, it looks great. And now we will be moving to next part that is contact section. Okay. So once again, show code of Wave project. Okay, one plus minute. Yeah, this will be the code for Wave project. My project sentence is cut from bottom. Try adding a margin or else padding. In that case, if your sentence is getting cut from the bottom, or else give define a width and height for that part. The Rafik anchor tag is just taking up the project link that we have added. So right now we have added a dummy and we are doing target underscore blank. Why? Because we want the new page to be open on a new tab. That's why we do it as target underscore blank and class name is normal thing. Okay. Yeah, you will be getting code. Do not worry. I also shared the code yesterday. So no need to worry about that part. Okay, guys. Now we will move to the last section that we have is contact. Okay. So we'll be defining contact.js. So let's get into that. How can I add style? 1 minute. Just give me a moment. How can I add style font using link? Are you trying to style anchor tag or else what else are you trying to do? See, if you want to give styling to the anchor tag, I have already given the class name. Okay, that's how you will be doing. And a text, are you talking about text? We have already given styling to the text. Okay, we have already given colors to the text. That's how we'll be selecting the text and giving it up. Okay. Yeah, okay. So if you want to give styling to the anchor tag, you can just use the class name and nothing else will be used in that case. So let's move to contact part. Default function contact. Okay, looks great. And now we'll define a return tag. and inside return tag will be giving it a diff. So this contact tag will have some of the backend functionality in the same part, okay, in the same page. What we would be trying to do is we would be trying to send the whatever detail the user is adding up. If we are trying to send it through mail, okay. So for that we will be writing a small backend part, not much, a small part. So we would be trying to fetch data from the form and then we would be sending it through mail. So first of all, for that, we will be using user state. So let's import user state. In this case, import user state and we'll define user state in this case. So const form, comma, set form. Okay, this will be the user state that we are using. If you want to change the color of the text, just change it over here. Suppose if you wanted a red of 800, if I write it as red of 800, now you can see the text getting changed, right? So same way you can do it as indigo of 600. Okay, that's the easiest way you can do it. Yeah, so let's get back to the contact part. Guys, it's very easy part, okay? Changing color of text, giving gradient, changing font, changing text size. These all are very easy part, okay? So do not get confused in this. Yeah, so now let's define this user state, and now this will be having multiple field, okay? This will have multiple field, and what all fields will it have? Fields like name, okay, email, and as well as data. We can fill add it as description. Okay, these are the three fields that we will be having in this case, and we would not write it as equal to, but as colon sign. So colon, and here also will would need a colon. Okay, so this is the user state that we are defining. Learn with Aziz. Guys, do not ask me user state right now. Okay, I already defined you, already told you what user state is. Every time you try to manage user state means you try to manage a particular changing event. In that case, you will be using user state. Okay, fine. So we have defined our user state for the form, and now we'll be changing. Handling the change. So we'll write function for that. Handle change. Chang. Okay. Once handle change. E will be the data part. I know how color a text, but I don't know how to use different font like EX. I know how to color text, but I don't know how to use different fonts like EX font family, retros. See, we are not using any font family right now. Okay, so font family can be also given same way, but we would need to define the font before. Yeah, guys, is there any issue with the audio? Yeah, hello everyone. Is there any issue with the audio? Are you able to listen to me? Okay, no issue. Okay, great. So now we will get into this part. So we were, it's all okay, great. So now we were defining this up. We are trying to change we are trying to handle the change of event. That is change of data that is being entered by the user. So we'll complete this up. We'll write it as E and we'll define an arrow function. Okay. So arrow function, what it will do, it will take up all the changes that we have. So const name comma email. Okay. This will be const name comma email. We are taking up two data, or else we can keep it as name comma value. Actually, we want value of the name. Okay. So const name comma value, and it will be E dot target. Okay, so E will be taking care of all the inputs that we add, and target is the form target. Okay, so whatever input that the user is going to add, that will be the target value. So once we define that, then we can see, and we'll use set form data part. Okay, not set form, but actually set form data. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. What else? Use state. So, sir, can you please explain what use state is used for? Guys, use state, everyone knows as per the name, it is used to, yeah, to control all changing events, all changing states inside a code. Okay. Right now, the change of state means, or else change of event is adding of any data. So in the form, whenever you add a data, you consider it as a change of state. Okay. That's why we are using use state over here. Okay, so we need to use set form data, and inside this, we will be defining our previous orders. This is user defined name. Okay, this is not predefined, so you can use whatever you want in this case. And one more bracket we would need in this case, and one more bracket to close it up right here. And now the arrow function is defined. And 1 minute. Yeah, so now we are good to go. Everything looks fine. So inside this, we will be defining the part, and we will be writing dot 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 prev, and this will take up the data that we are adding, or else the user is adding. And now it will be name and name value. Yeah, so name value will be given. So this will take up all the name that the user is going to enter. This will be first handle change part, and next will be handle submit. Okay, next will be handle submit. Okay, guys, 1 minute. Yeah, fine. So now the handle change is done, and next part we'll be doing is handle submit. So let's create a const handle submit, and we'll be adding same things as we did in previous one. Yeah, so const handle submit. So first one was const handle change. So whatever form change was there, it was getting handled in the previous part. And now we are going to handle the input. Okay. So 1 minute over here, it will be just comma. Yeah. So now we will be defining it up, and E dot previous default. So previous default means prevent default. So we do not want the default input. Default input is empty. Okay. We have defined the empty default input. So we do not want this default input to be sent. Okay. So that is why we are writing it as E dot prevent default, and we have to close it up. Yeah, so this will prevent any default input getting sent to you. And now we will be defining mail. So now this will be containing the details to where the mail should be sent. So now this is a long part that I have already written. So I am going to paste it up for you to look it up in the chat box. So what all details is it going to have? Let me explain you first what all details are we going to have in this part. So let's start with the first part. So mail to link will first of all have the email ID to which it should be mailed. Okay, so whatever data user is adding, to which email ID should it be sent? We are adding that up. Then next part is subject. So subject is just added portfolio contact and the name that user is adding. Okay. The next is body part of the email. So body part will contain the form data dot name, the name that is added, and the email ID that you are adding up, and as well as the message that you are adding up. So we haven't defined it as message, but actually we have defined it as description. So we will write it as description, or else we can write message over here itself. Okay. So we'll change it to message so that we do not get any error in future cases. So this will be the mail to link. So mail to link will be controlling your mail part. Okay. So whatever user is adding the data, so it will get directly sent through the mail by using this one. Okay. So this was our mail to link part, and then comes next part. So this is important part, and what it will do, it will open the mail part. Okay, or else mail application for you. So it will be Windows dot. So Windows dot, or else it can be window, not Windows. So window dot location dot href. Okay, window dot location dot href, and is equals to Sorry for this. Yeah, so it will be equal to the mail to link that we defined over here. So mail to link that we defined on the top. Okay, so window.location.href will be set to mail to link that we have defined on the top. So this will help you to open the mail application and send the mail application. Now, next comes our set form. So this will be set form and this will take up the data from form and it will add it up. So 1 minute. Set form outer bracket will be small and inner bracket. So first data that we will be adding is name. Okay, and name right now we are adding it as default. We can add it up as per the user's choice, and then email, and then last thing is message. Okay, this will be the three data that we would be setting it up. 1 minute, message, and this. Okay, why are we setting it up? So once we are done with sending your value, in that case, we want to reset the value to default value. Okay. So suppose you have written one message for me. Okay, message is sent. After message is sent, you want it to get back to the default value. So that is why we are using this part. Okay. So set form is used for this part. Okay. Yeah, great. So this will take care of all the handle part. Now we will be writing the UI code. Okay. So all the backend code is done. Now we will move to UI code. So guys, is there any doubt till this point? Did you got how we are changing or how we are handling the submission of form as well as how we are handling the data? Okay. Yeah, so now we'll be giving it a class name and we'll start with the outer div. Same old thing that we have been doing, and we will be doing it again and again. Minimum height of screen and width of full will be given, and background gradient to bottom and from white to gray of 15. Okay. So this will be the background gradient that we will be giving, as well as we need to give it a padding Y of 16. Fine. Yeah, so this is the outer div. Let's define the inner div for you now. So same thing again, the inner div will get margin and other parts. So let's quickly start it up. No, Maniket, you have option. You can also create a database. So I wanted to send the data in the form of mail directly to the owner. So that can be much better part. Okay. So if we use a database, so your data will get stored to any table. And until or unless user opens the database, he will or she will not be able to view your message. So what I wanted to do is, I wanted to write this mail to link. Okay, mail to link so that we can directly send it through mail. Okay, that's what we wanted. Yeah, so this will be the mail to link one part. You can take it up and see. Yeah, so let's write the UI and maximum width of 7 XL and margin X. I will be giving it as auto. And after margin X, we will be giving a padding X of 4. For again, for small case, padding X of 6 will be given. And for large case, padding X of 8 will be given in this case. Okay. Rafiq, you can add the correct email. I am just writing it as a dummy email. Okay. These are all small parts, Rafiq. Do not go behind this all things. Okay. Mail to, you can replace your own mail and you can test it out. I am just adding a default email. Okay. So this part is given. Now we will be giving it a heading, and heading will be same as the heading that we gave in project. So we will copy that part. So this div will copy it whole and will change up the thing in that. And now instead of my projects, we'll write it as contact. contact us or else contact me. Okay. Yeah. So project and P will be, we will change P. Let's connect and explore. Yeah. So this will be the P tag. So let's add this contact form to the app purchase for contact. Yeah. So I want it to be from, let me check the contact form component slash contact. Yeah, so component slash we add the name as content. Okay, it's added. Let me see if we are getting the output or not. We are not getting the output, right? Just a minute. App.js, we have done export, right? Export is done, export default function. Return is also done. So let me check. Is there any error? Okay, we haven't added it here. So let me add it here. So set for what is the error? Function is not iterable, cannot read property simple. So let me check what is the error that we are getting on the top. Function is not iterable. It's telling me that function is not iterable. Why is that the case? Let me look into that. Name is given normally, email is given, const form set form and form data. 1 minute. Okay, so we have to give it a name as form data because we are using it at the bottom. Form data dot name and form data dot fine. And now what is the next problem that we are facing? Let's see that. Use state is already imported, right? We'll import the React too so that we do not get it. Yeah, so form data and set form is equals to use state and okay, yeah. Semicolon. We added a semicolon over there, or we did not need any semicolon over there. Okay, that is why we were having that error. Yeah, so everything is fine. That semicolon was the error in that case. And now let's complete the UI part and we'll add the contact form now. So we'll add a comment contact form. We'll define a div and let's give it a class name. And this will be our contact form. So we will write one code for label, and after that, we'll copy it up. Okay, we'll use the same code for the label. Margin X, we are trying to keep it as auto. Padding X, we can keep it as 2. Okay, padding X of 2, or else we can give it padding on whole side. That will be much better. And downgrade of Excel and shadow of large. Okay, shadow of large will be given. Fine. And now let's define our form and give it all required things. Yeah, so inside form, we'll add the handle submit thing also. So form will take up, so on submit, we'll have to write option for on submit. So on submit, we will call a function, and the function that we are going to call is handle submit. So we have named the function known as handle submit. So we'll call that function handle submit. Okay. So we are calling handle submit in this case, and let's give it a class name. Okay, class name in this case. Uh, Space y of 6. Why am I giving space y of 6? Because I will be defining different input labels, or else that will be in an order, one by one, down to each other. And that is why I am giving it as space y. So now let's begin with defining the labels and input. So we'll define a div, and inside this div, first thing that we have is we'll define a label. Okay. So this label will have, so I will close the label. So first thing that we will have is a name inside it, and we'll give it a class name for it. Styling. Okay, class name and styling. So what all class name or styling that we can give is, or we can define it as a block, block. Yeah, guys, you will get that understanding. Do not worry about that part. You will get everything that you need. Okay, font will be kept as medium, and text we will keep it as base 700. So this is the label, and after label, we need to define an input. But before that, we will also write one more thing that is known as HTML for, or is name of the input that we are giving. So name of the input right now is the name itself. Okay, name of the input will be name itself. So label is done, and after the label is done, we will define the input. Okay, so input will have many parts. Input will have parts like placeholder, type, name, and everything. So first thing, let's give it a type, and type that we have is text. So first is type, and after type we have ID, and ID will be name itself, and we have name, and name will also be name itself. We have placeholder, and placeholder will also be name itself. Yeah, so you can see on the screen. Okay, then comes the value, and value will be defined as form data dot name. Okay, value will be defined as form data dot name. Guys, if you get any problem, so please tell me. Do not keep it to yourself. Okay. Now we are adding an on change. So whenever we add something, whenever we change the input, what should happen in that case? So on change, we are adding as handle change. So we have already defined a handle change. Okay, on change is equal to handle change. Is the spelling right or not? Let me check it out. Yeah, the spelling is not right. It should be small c. So on change should be kept as handle change. And also, this is a required case, and we need the name. So we'll name it as required. Yeah. So required. So is it necessary everyone to add here? You add a contact form, and no, it's not necessary for you to add contact form. If you do not want a contact form, you can remove that, or else you can just add the UI for the contact form. Okay. Yeah. So class name. Let's give margin top of one in this case, and we'll define it as a block. You will get attendance link in just 5-10 minutes. Have patience, guys. I'm not going to run away without taking your attendance. We'll give a border, and border will be of what? Border will be of grade 3, and we'll add it as rounded. So let's see the output that we are getting. So this is the output that we are getting, and we would also need to add a padding of 5 in this case. Padding of 5 is large. Padding of 3. Padding of 3 looks good. And one more thing we would like to add is margin bottom of not 2, but actually 5. Okay, now it looks good. So we have defined one label, and now we will be defining same thing. We will copy it up, and we'll change some data, and we'll use it. Okay, so let's copy it up, and now next thing that we want is email. So email and HTML for that we have defined will get changed to email. Okay, and type we are using email. Why are we using label? Label we are using to give heading. If you do not want to use label, you can use h tags also. But in form, mostly labels are used for giving heading, or else for telling what type of input you need to add up. Okay. Then other things that we need to change is email. placeholder@gmail.com. And now this will be email. We have added it as email, and everything will be fine. Same. Okay. Yeah, so everything looks good, and we'll use it up and we'll add the message part also. So let's add a message and let me copy it up. And next part will be message. And the type that we are going to use is text. Type will be text. Text to be typed in a placeholder is text to the text. Placeholder is the this text, okay? The text that you are seeing inside the input box, okay? That is the placeholder. And ID will be message and name will be message, message. And here also we'll write it as message. Okay. Yeah, so not the message, but actually message. So this is fine. This looks good. Everything is good, right? Yeah, everything looks good. We can add one more thing. We can add rows is equals to okay. Rows is equals to 4 should be in double inverted commas. Row is equals to yeah. So this will be all, and we have to now add a button. So that button will be submit button. Okay, we'll add that button, and we will be done with this part. So after the div, we'll define a button. Okay. Yeah, we change the description to message. You can write it as message, whatever name you want to type. Okay, it's your choice or it's user choice. So do not worry about that. And the buttons should be submit button, and we'll give it a class name, and name should be submit. Okay, and let's define the class name. Yeah, session is getting long. We already took around 8:15 tomorrow for tomorrow, sorry, for yesterday class also. So we'll probably end the class around that point itself. So just have patience, just 15 minutes more, and we are done with this. Because if we complete this part today, and then we will not be taking the tomorrow lecture, because this is the last part that we are doing. And background gradient to R, okay. So it will be from Indigo 700 via Purple 700 to Pale 700. Okay. Will this look good? We would not need the via. Via is not looking good. Okay. We will can add this up, and the text color that we would need is I will set it to white, and font I will set it to semi-bold. Okay, font I will set it to semi-bold. Yeah, I will show the deployment part. After this, I will show that. Yeah, so this will be the button and type is already added and done. Okay, so we are done with this part, and I think so. The gradient does not looks that good. I will. Yeah, now it looks fine. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is the contact section that we wanted to add, and with this, the whole of the site is done. Okay, this will be the output that you can see up on the screen, and this is whole of the site. We did it. Okay, about section added, everything added, navbar added, project section, skill section, and everything is added. So now, is there any doubt from your side? If there is, then you can ask me right now. Okay. Is there any doubt from your side? Seriously, see, I already told you it's very easy, but I want you all to do that. Okay. It's very easy part. I will not be doing it for you. At least try something doing on your own, Jayashree. You have many resources at your hand. You can try anything on them. Okay, fine. So now I will get into the repository part. Okay, I will get into how to deploy it up. So right now on the code sandbox, you will be seeing this part. Okay, you are seeing a GitHub part. So I what I want you to do is I want you to have your GitHub login. Okay, guys, I will tell you the project. Just have patience. I will tell you the project and all. So now, when you click on this GitHub icon, you will get an option to create repository. So let me click on that option, create repository, and I will name it as Portfolio Bootcamp. Okay, Portfolio Bootcamp, and I will set it to public. So this is how I am going to create a repository on GitHub. Okay, so I'm keeping it as public, and I'm giving it as a repository name. So now we'll click on create repository, and when I click on create repository, it will be creating our repository. And let's wait for some second. It will take around 30 to 40 seconds for that. So just have patience. Once it is created, we will be able to see it up on GitHub. So let me sign into my GitHub. Okay, it is working and creating the repo. Okay, it's creating the repository. Let's wait for some moment. And I see the repository has been created. So let me, yeah, so I can see the repository has been already created, named as Portfolio Bootcamp. And I have all my codes on there. Now, before deployment, what I want you to do is, I want you to just give me a moment. Let me get back to my code. I want you to do one change, okay? Why I want you to do one change? Because while you will deploying this site, there will be one issue. So you can get into package.json over there, and inside that you will be having an option of TypeScript. Although we are not using a TypeScript, but in Code Sandbox, it takes it up on its own. Okay. So go to that part, and I want you to make change. So I want you to write the version that's written on my screen. Okay, I want you to do that part. 100. So on your screen, it would be around 5 point something. So you have to change it to 3.2.1. Or if you do not do this, you will get a dependency mismatch error. Okay, and I do not want that to happen. So that's why you need to change it up. We do not want dependency mismatch exception getting shown on the screen. Okay, guys. So quickly change that part for you. And now next part, we have already created the repository, and now we will be now what we'll be doing is we'll be deploying it up. But before deploying, I will send you the attendance link. So mark your attendance also because we are close to ending the session. Okay, take up the attendance link and you can mark your attendance over there. Yeah, it's already added, or you can mark it up. I am sending it again. Okay. Yeah, everyone mark their attendance. Do not tell me that you haven't marked it on any another way. Okay. I do not want you to miss it out. Yesterday also some of you left it out. Okay. Now let's get to this part. So make this change. Write TypeScript 3.2.1 and then create your repo. Once the repo is created, we will open our version. I'm going to deploy it on version. You will get the code, guys. You will get the code. Have patience. First of all, mark your attendance. So now I am on my Vercel. So on my Vercel, after sign in, I will click on add new. So on that, I will click on project. And let's see, these are list of projects that I can see. And let me click on import. So once I write import, I will get this option and just directly go and click on deploy. Okay, this is the most easiest part that we have. Okay, this is the most easiest part that we have in deployment, easiest way that we can do. Just directly push your code to GitHub. Once you push your code to GitHub, you will be taking up the Vercel. From there, you will be importing the code from Vercel and you will click on deploy. So it will take around some time. So meanwhile, it is getting deployed. You can mark your attendance and you can complete other things that you want. Guys, I'm not going to show the profile picture. Honestly, I want you to do that part. Okay, it's nothing that I do not want, but actually, I want you to debug it up. If you are not getting up, why are you not getting up? You have to find the reason. So that's the only way how you are going to learn. Okay, that's the only way how you are going to learn. So please try it on your own. Okay, so let it get complete and let's see the preview once again. See the form thing that you were asking me. 1 minute. What happened? Set form. It's throwing an error. Set form data is not defined. So let me check where have I not defined the set form data. Set form data. Okay, I haven't defined the set form data here. So let me select it up and write it as set form and data. Okay, set form data and save it up. Okay, I let me refresh it up. I've already defined set form data. Okay, this should be corrected out. Set form data. Okay, now let me try sending it up. Yeah, it's fine now. And email ID, I am adding it as random email ID. Okay, when I click on submit, it will run and it will open my Outlook application. I see you would not be able to see my Outlook application because I have partially shared my screen. Give me a moment and I will share the screen completely with you. Okay, so what it does, it will directly open your output application. Give me a moment. Stop screen or screen share, entire screen, and okay, so what it does, whenever you click on that, you will get an option, you will get your Outlook open and you will get option to sign in your Outlook if you haven't. So I haven't signed in my Outlook, so that's why it is not getting open. So now once the Outlook opens, the message will already be in your format and you just have to click on send button or else it will automatically send it on its own. Okay, that will be the procedure for this. More procedure you can follow on your own, so you will get more clear descriptive. And now I can see that it's already deployed. So click on this link and you will get the deployed version link for the website that you have created. Okay, so this is the whole website that we have created. And now let's get to the part of your challenge or assignment. So now you have to create the same site, okay, the site that we have created right now, and you have to add your own data, your own data. Like you should not copy the data that I have added. It is all dummy data. So add your own data and you have to submit it up. So you can take 2 days or today's 18 or tomorrow we will not have session. Why? Because we are already done with this. We will not take the fifth day. Uh, right now I showed you how to deploy on Vercel. Tushar, just right now I showed you. See, you just have to do one thing. Push all your code on GitHub, create the repo, push the code on GitHub. From Vercel, sign in using GitHub. Okay. In Vercel, sign in using GitHub. And over there, you can import the code and you can deploy it up. You do not have to do anything. You do not have to set up dependency. You do not have to do anything. It will automatically deploy it for you. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, complete. You can complete that site and you will be able to submit it up. I think so in 2 days. So you can submit it up. Our team will get in touch with you for submission and certificate and other things. Okay. Okay, guys. So that will be up, and I have already shared the code sandbox link. I am sending it again in the chat box. You can use it up, and other parts, guys who have registered will maybe get through other means too. So, guys, thank you for joining this session, and I will end the session now. And it was a great time being with you. Okay, it was great time having a boot camp with you. Yeah, Rafiq, all the registered candidates will get to know where to submit. You will get a Google form to submit. Hey guys, you will get a Google form to submit it up. Sir, yes, sir, we'll try to deploy in GitHub as never done before. Yes, Wani, no problem. You can take your time. That was just the simplest procedure how we can deploy. So I showed it to you. You can try whatever you want. Okay. Yeah, Rafiq, tomorrow will not be any class because we are done with the part. We will not have any more sections to complete. So we will not take up any other part tomorrow. Okay. You can take that time in your own development. That will be much better. Attendance is already taken. I sent the attendance link already. I hope so you have marked it up. So for that, yeah, I am sharing it again. You can mark this now. Okay. Yeah, guys. So now I will be ending the session. Oh, bye bye. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you for joining the session. And yeah, bye, guys.